Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Bowl TV for the 2021 Intercollegiate Team Championships. My name is Aaron Smith, and we are coming to you live from the Spectrum Entertainment Complex in Wyoming, Michigan, just outside of Grand Rapids. And we are getting ready for the second round of women's match play here at the ITC. A little bit earlier today, we had our men's second round, so we will recap some of those matches. A couple exciting finishes, some best of sevens in there, or I should say matches going down to the game number 7 in this best of 7 Baker format. And now it's the women's turn to get their second round. So all 16 teams are back. We're going to have 4 winners bracket matches and 4 elimination bracket matches. So that is going to be what we're kind of running down this round. And then we'll have one more break, and then it'll be a long continuous block here from the ITC. We will have the men and the women on the lanes at the same time. And then we will start to basically cut the field down and get closer and closer to the teams that will be represented in the finals on CBS Sports Network. But to start that journey, we're going to have to see who in the winners bracket is going to get a little bit closer. And unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to 4 teams as well. So all that happening this round, we'll get you a rundown of everything going on as we wrap up practice here. Just got a minute or so left, but we're going to go ahead and go to the lanes. And you'll be able to see the action. We'll run down where every team is at and all that good stuff in just a second as we wrap up practice and get into our first best of 7 matchup. We're going to feature Newman and St. Ambrose here. And we'll get you some more information shortly.
USBC Collegiate Program would like to thank our gold industry partners, Storm and Rotogrip. We would also like to thank our silver industry partners, Motive and 900 Local. We would like to thank Kegels, the official lane maintenance provider of the Intercollegiate Team Championships, Dexter Shoes, the #1 bowling shoe in the world, and a special thank you to the official live scoring provider of the Intercollegiate Team Championships, Merit Internet Booking Solutions. Athletes, your lanes are on for match play competition. Good luck and good bowling.
This competition gets underway across the house here at Spectrum. Here's a look up at our matches currently ongoing. Once again, all 16 teams still alive in the field, but we will be having 4 teams eliminated this round. Let's start in the winners bracket. Mount St. Mary's, which defeated a top qualifier, Stephen F. Austin, in 7 games, is taking on Mount Mercy on lanes 11 and 12. Over on 3 and 4, North Carolina A&T taking on McKendree. Another winners bracket match. On 19 and 20, also in the winners bracket, Wisconsin Whitewater taking on Monmouth. And then on 31 and 32, Louisiana Tech is taking on Wichita State. Those are your winners bracket matches here in the women's division. In the elimination bracket, on 7 and 8, Stephen F. Austin is taking on Delaware State. Here on 15 and 16, St. Ambrose is taking on Newman, so this is an elimination bracket match. Over on 23 and 24, we have Lawrence Tech taking on Baker. And then on 27 and 28, Maryville taking on Lincoln Memorial. So those are the lanes in use. If you want to follow your favorite team, we got so many channels live at the moment, with the PWBA Greater Cleveland Open also getting underway this morning. Again, live scoring available courtesy of Merrick. So follow along with your favorite teams. That's what we do here as well on Bold TV. Kind of keep track with all the excitement going on across the house. We are located behind lanes 13 through 16, but essentially 1 through 32 all in play. Here in our elimination bracket match between St. Ambrose and Newman, 6th frame. Not good for either team. Both of the opens. St. Ambrose now holding the 10-pin advantage, but strong starts for both teams. 6th frame, some hiccup splits for both. Strike in the 8th from Newman is going to give them the advantage. Heading into the 9th and the 10th. Up by 1, can make it 11 with a strike here in the 9th frame. So if both teams are able to spare here in frame 9, Newman will hold a 3-pin advantage heading into the 10th. 3-6-10 converted for the Jets. A 5-9 left standing for St. Ambrose. All right, that's the case. 3-pin match. Double 8 in the 10th for Newman to shut out and take game number 1. There's one. St. Ambrose matches the effort. So Newman's going to need the double here to shut out. Otherwise, they will give St. Ambrose and Megan Hess a chance to throw one more strike. Sneak away with game 1. For the double, gets him one step closer. Got it. Eight pins now on the fill will get the job done. And don't even need the 8 now. Game 1 going to Newman. First game going to be 213 to 201. Newman over St. Ambrose, up 1-0 in the match. McKendree going to take an early 1-0 advantage over North Carolina A&T. Stephen F. Austin is going to get the opening game victory over Delaware State. Mount St. Mary's is going to go up 1-0 against Mount Mercy. Whitewater, a 189-182 victory over Monmouth to go up 1-0. Baker University up 1-0 against Lawrence Tech. Louisiana Tech is going to be up 1-0 on Wichita State, and then Maryville has done enough to get the game 1 win against Lincoln Memorial. So those are that's how your stats are looking here after game 1 in this best-of-7 Baker format here at the Intercollegiate Team Championships. Five out of 6 strikes up on the board here in game number 2. Newman up 1-0. Tenpin denies St. Ambrose. 4 in a row to start. Nice break to have the 7 fall out in the 4th for Newman. Again, this is an elimination bracket match, so one of these teams will see their ITC run come to a close here. We'll talk a little bit about it in the chat, just kind of the difference between being in the winner's bracket and being in the elimination bracket. For the teams that won in the opening round yesterday, they are 3 wins away from making it to CBS Sports Network if they stay in the winner's bracket. 3 wins. For the teams that were sent to the elimination bracket and are in these matches right now, like St. Ambrose, like Newman, they will have to win 6 consecutive best-of-7 Baker matchups, which includes beating an undefeated team twice. To earn their spot in the TV finals. Another close one here through the halfway point. You can see the intensity here in the early going from St. Ambrose. Looking to even this match up. Double from the Fighting Bees. To keep it at 9, Newman will have to match. There's their 7th frame. Oh, we're in business, folks. 2 great bowling programs here going at it. Round 2, elimination bracket. 2021 ITC. Three-bagger for St. Ambrose. They saw their men's team collect a win earlier today in Game 7 against St. Francis, Illinois. Wanting to join them on the lanes in the next round. Newman going nowhere, though. 9 pins the difference. We saw some high-scoring matches and games in the men's division earlier this morning. Specifically, a moment when Wichita State had the front 9 and needed the first hit in the 10th to collect a win over Wisconsin-Whitewater. One more, get the 4 out of there. Excellent game here for both teams in the Baker format. Newman to match, keep it at 9. Going to leave the 4 up there, so this is going to be the opportunity for St. Ambrose. It's going to make it a little bit easier. .236 the max for Newman. Mark here is the 240s. That's the best mark. Strike. St. Ambrose is going to even this match up. Nice 255 game here for St. Ambrose. Newman's going to have a great game. A game that's usually going to get you a win. 220s, 230s. It's going to get you a lot of wins here in the Baker format, but an excellent performance from St. Ambrose. Newman just unable to get that hit there in frame number 9. Shot running a little bit high. Tied up at 1 apiece. Newman and St. Ambrose, 255 to 231, the final tally. Taking a look around the house real quick. That was the first match, so we got some quick bowling going here on 15 to 16. All the striking certainly helping. Looks like Wisconsin Whitewater is going to go up 2-0 on Monmouth. Wichita State in position to even up the match against Louisiana Tech on 31 and 32. Everything else a little too close to call right now. I lied. One other one in. Baker against Lawrence Tech. Baker's going to go up 2-0. McKendry a mark away from going up 2-0. Mount Mercy's going to even up the match against Mount St. Mary's at 1 apiece. Stephen F. Austin going to go up 2-0 against Delaware State. And on 27 and 28, Lincoln Memorial has a chance to double in the 10th to even up its match against Maryville. The Rail Splitters already have the first one in the 10th. LMU unable to get the second hit, though. Maryville's going to go up 2-0. Business begin beginning once again to pick up here on 15 and 16. There's another one, 3 in a row. Newman up 11. St. Ambrose trying to match here in the 7th. So far, not a game under 200 yet for these teams through the first 2 games. Pair of opens to start for St. Ambrose. One open early for Newman. They've made it up with a 4-bagger. St. Ambrose looking to match. That one does not make the move. Washout. Going to give away some count as well. So big opportunity here for Newman. To put its foot down here in game 3. Go up 2-1. Gonna need some help. Crossover, just the 6-pin. With the spare still in a position to shut out. Max now for St. Ambrose after the open in frame 7, 198. So mark will shut out. Actually, not even a mark. Just need a good count here on the first shot. They won't even need that now. Newman's going to go up 2-1. This one is in the books. We're going to go ahead and get that score officially corrected. 7 up there for Newman in the 10th. I like the move there. Good call by Coach Billy Murphy, saying, we don't need it. We've got this game. Let's try and learn something here. Officially now, 198 will be a winner. Official tally there, 198 to 160. Newman up 2-1, elimination bracket match here in the second round. 2021 Intercollegiate Team Championships. As we bowl, they are working on the set here at Spectrum Lanes for the CBS Sports Network final. Show will be taped tomorrow and begin airing on Tuesday, May 11th, the first Intercollegiate Singles Championship show on the women's side. Then we'll have action every Tuesday till we get through all 4 shows. The order goes May 11th, women's singles, May 18th, men's singles, and then May 25th, women's team, June 1st, men's team show. Monmouth is going to capture game 3 against Wisconsin Whitewater. Whitewater will still lead 2-1. Looks like Lawrence Tech got game 3 against Baker, so Baker up 2-1 now. Wichita State is going to go up 2-1 against Louisiana Tech. Stephen F. Austin is going to have a 3-0 advantage against Delaware State. Close game 3 right now between McKendree and North Carolina A&T on 3 and 4. A&T with a 3-pin advantage with the 9th and 10th left to go. Mount Mercy in position to go up 2-1 against Mount St. Mary's on 11 and 12. Lincoln Memorial is going to take game 3 against Maryville. That'll be 2-1 advantage Maryville. North Carolina A&T is going to get the win in game 3 against McKendree. McKendree's still going to have the 2-1 advantage. So I think that's the recap from across the house. How about that? Newman with the 3-bagger. Then the bounce back after the open with the 4-7-10 conversion. Let's go. St. Ambrose starting off with 4 consecutive opens. This is Newman's game to take to go up 3-1. So opportunity now for both teams. This one's over here. Newman is going to go up 3-1. Opportunity for St. Ambrose to kind of slow things down here. That game got out of hand quickly. 4 opens to start. A couple splits, a couple missed makeables. I'd like to see him slow down a little bit here, just kind of take a deep breath. Their season is on the line this next game. And after the 255 in game 2, they're looking at back-to-back games 160 or lower. Newman has proven to be consistent across both lanes so far. So for St. Ambrose and Coach Steve Jarrows. What can they do right now that's going to give them a shot at 220, put some pressure on from the get-go, and extend this match? If they'll just stay in clean. Thinking 180s, 190s, probably not going to be enough here against Newman, as well as they bowled so far. Off camera here, over in the Mount St. Mary's match, Mount Mercy coach Andy Dirks getting very animated. I'm sure to no surprise of the Mount Mercy fans, especially the men's team who won earlier today, stay in the winner's bracket. And you know what? There's the excitement. There we go. St. Ambrose says, not done just yet. Get a little trip two. Gotta get something going right here. After 160, 124, those final few frames of the 120 game, you're searching. You know it's over. Total pinfall doesn't play into it. So you're searching, you're looking for something. But St. Ambrose just wanted to see something go right, see something go in their favor here. They had to shoot 255 to collect their only win so far. So we'll see if they can fill a few frames here early. Keep the pressure on Newman. Potentially find 3 or 4 strikes in a row on their own. That's what Newman has been able to find each game. Even if they've had a couple opens, they've been able to find 2, 3, 4 in a row. And that is what's put them in position to win this second round matchup with just one more victory. Newman clean through 4, St. Ambrose clean through 3, but Newman and the Jets staring at a 2-4-10 here in frame number 5. Gotta get the ball to the left of the 2. It's got a chance, got it. Staying clean. Jets with a great conversion there. This is game 5. Newman up 3-1. Mount Mercy is going to go up 3-1 against Mount St. Mary's. Delaware State says not quite yet. Down 3-0. They just delivered a 7-bagger, make it 8. They're going to force a game 5. Louisiana Tech. Oh, nail biter on 31 and 32. Both teams struck out in the 10th. Louisiana Tech 215 to 213. That match evened up at 2 apiece. Maryville up 3-1 against Lincoln Memorial. Here on 15 and 16, strike in the 5th for St. Ambrose. This is their opportunity to create a little distance. Open in the 6th from Newman, but we've seen them go on runs here. They've put together 3-4 strikes each game, it seems like. St. Ambrose has to do the same, has to put the pressure on. Big double. Addie Nelson delivering for the Fighting Bees. Spare in the ninth for Newman. They can get to 184 this game. St. Ambrose on a 204 pace. Stay clean. Extend the match to 6. That's all you're thinking if you're St. Ambrose. Good shot. Get around the pocket. Makeable spares. Better way, throw strikes. Take back that strategy. Just throw strikes. So this one all but wrapped up. Just a matter of final score here. St. Ambrose is going to collect their second victory. Force a game 6. Newman's still going to be up 3-2. Here in the elimination bracket at the 2021 Intercollegiate Team Championships. I'm not going to lie, that was just a fantastic team performance right there from St. Ambrose to extend this match. Talked about it before. Got to put yourself in position to shoot 210, 220. As good as Newman had been. Shoot 210, clean game. A couple of doubles up on the board. Extended the match. Baker is going to go up. Actually, Baker may have just won this. Baker is going to get the 4-1 victory over Lawrence Tech. So Lawrence Tech will be the first team eliminated on the women's side. Baker moving on to the next round in the elimination bracket. Monmouth is going to extend the match against Whitewater. That one's going to be 3-2. Whitewater still ahead. Big 248 from Maryville. They are going to eliminate Lincoln Memorial in the elimination bracket. And a big game for Louisiana Tech. They're going to go up 3-2 against Wichita State. Everything else kind of middle of the match, so we'll get back to those in a little bit. So we got a couple of teams in the elimination bracket moving on. If Newman can find a way to win at Game 6 here, they will do the same. St. Ambrose hoping to have something different to say about that. With a pair of spares here in the fourth, Newman would be up 7 heading into the fifth. Mount St. Mary's with a strike on their fill ball. And shut out Mount Mercy this game and force another one. They got 9, so worst they can do is a tie. So Mount St. Mary's has done enough to force another game on 11 and 12. So they're going to 6 at least. And a missed spare for Mount Mercy, so Mount St. Mary's gets the win officially. That one's going to be 3-2. Mount Mercy still with the advantage. Delaware State's going to win a second consecutive game. That one's going to be 3-2 advantage still to the Lady Jacks of Stephen F. Austin. Good question in the chat from James. If you finish a game in a tie, what do they do? You get half a point for a tie. So essentially, once again, the goal is the first team to get to 4 points or 4 wins. So if there's a tie with a half point, Essentially, we said that game was 3-1. If Mount Mercy had made their spare and struck out and shot 201 to match, that match would then be 3.5 to 1.5, which would mean for Mount Mercy with the 3.5, that means either a win or a tie. Would get them to the point. So essentially, you could tie. If you were up 3-1, you could tie 2 consecutive games. You would be ahead, or you would get the win if you're able to tie in that fashion. So once again, the first to get to 4 in this best of 7. There's that 3-bagger we just continue to see from Newman. Ends in the 8th, but they stayed clean. They filled their frames. It's big time here for St. Ambrose, running out of time to extend this match. That 9-pin in the 8th did not help. Max score now 214. Newman on a 214 pace. So if Newman just stays clean here, may not be enough to shut out, but it's going to put all the pressure on St. Ambrose. St. Ambrose has nearly no miss room left. Strikeout to get to 214. He puts some pressure on Newman, but Newman's going to step up first here in the 9th. A strike here would mean spare strike would be enough to get to 214. Oh, trips a 4. So strike on the first shot in the 10th or a spare strike. Newman can't give up the point. You need this 9th frame right here. Otherwise, this could be big-time trouble for St. Ambrose. So they have a chance. And the mixer doesn't get the 7. It's going to drop the max to 203. Now just a mark for Newman. And they're going to advance and eliminate St. Ambrose. Any type of mark. There's a strike. That's a win. The Newman Jets are moving on. Newman bowled incredibly well in this match. Filled frames, put up a lot of doubles, 3-baggers, 4-baggers along the way. Looking like they're going to be pretty tough here down the stretch. It'll be tough out in the elimination bracket. Billy Murphy and his crew advancing 4 games to 2. All right, we got a couple matches that appear to be all wrapped up, a few pairs done. So we're going to be moving away from this match here in just a moment. Pretty close matchup now. Over on 31 and 32, Wichita State and Louisiana Tech heading into the final 3 frames. We're going to head over there. This match wraps up 222 to 193, the final tally. So 31-32, Louisiana Tech versus Wichita State. Louisiana Tech up 3 games to 2. This is a winner's bracket match. We just saw strikes in the 8th frame from both teams. Louisiana Tech is up by what we got here? We got 8 pins. 8 pins. Louisiana Tech up by. Wichita State's going to step up first. 9th frame. This is game 6. Deliver the double. They can max out at 237. 245 still on the board for Louisiana Tech. This is their 9th frame. To stay up by 8. How about that? Big time shots on 31 and 32. This one's coming down to the 10th frame. Louisiana Tech needs to match whatever Wichita State does. But it looks like they're going to set the pace here. They're going to try and push it. This will be kicking off the 10th frame. 3-6-10. Wichita State, if they get this strike here to kick off the 10th, that'll put them in the driver's seat. Otherwise, they would need some help. Oh, how about that? The miss, 210. This one's going to 7. Wichita State. Crazy how quick these matches can move. They're going to get the win here. Let's head over to 11 and 12. Actually, let's take a quick look. So this one's going to 7. We'll have this one to come back to if needed. So let's go 7 and 8 really quick so they get ready for game 7 there on 31-32. And that 247 we just saw was not the break Delaware State needed there. If they would have made that, they could have struck out to 1 to win and force a game 7. Now, Stephen F. Austin. Yeah, that changed the whole dynamic of that matchup. Stephen F. Austin with that 8 count. Still need to pick it up. But the spare. Max for Delaware State, 198. Need the strike. They're still in it. Stephen F. Austin needs the spare. With the spare, they can still get to 203, so spare 6. Cover the 2-8. So now 6 pins on the fill ball would be enough for Stephen F. Austin to win this match. Mount Mercy, a 9 count on its first shot in the 10th would be enough to stay alive in the winner's bracket. They do not get that. Once again, this is an elimination bracket match we're watching right here. 6 pins to advance to the next round for Stephen F. Austin. Just going to throw it up the middle. 9 will be enough. They're going to send Delaware State home. 202 enough to get the victory. Mount Mercy is going to get the win against Mount St. Mary's, so they're going to stay in the winner's bracket. Mount St. Mary's is going to drop down into the elimination bracket. What else we got here? We got North Carolina A&T and McKendree tied at 2.5 apiece. So we got at least 2 more games there. And we got a Game 7 right now. Let's go back to Game 7. We'll go to Louisiana Tech and Wichita State. All right. So here's what we're looking at right now. This is Game 7, 3-3. Louisiana Tech on the left, Wichita State on the right. That shot was in the 6th frame for Louisiana Tech. They have started spare, double, 9 spare, and looking at one more 9 spare for Wichita State. Spare, double, spare, strike, and make it another double. No, that was the 5th frame then. 5th frame for them. So strike in the 5th for Wichita State. Not a double. They're going to try to do that right here. This will be their 6th frame. Louisiana Tech actually going to go ahead for their 7th. Once again, this is a winners bracket match. Sixth frame, Brooklyn. Make it a double for Wichita State. Louisiana Tech still clean through 7, but pair doubles up on the board for Wichita State. They could make 3 in a row with one more here. Louisiana Tech elects to go ahead. They're going to be a couple frames ahead here. Trying to force some pressure on Wichita State and been very good at getting 9 their last 4 attempts. 4th consecutive 9 count after a double in the 3rd and the 4th. With this spare, their max score would be 223. Just 2 matches ongoing at the moment. And ring 10 in the 7th, Wichita State. Uh-oh. Oh, you can't have that right there. Inexcusable right now. Louisiana Tech ahead in frames, but down in the match. Needs to keep pressure on. Can't have an open like that. Their max now 212. With a spare here, Wichita State is on a 218 pace. So that open, Wichita State's going to make that. That open now just means Wichita State needs to find a way to fill 3 frames. 3 marks, this one's over. Less than that now, 3-6. Louisiana Tech can get to 202 with the spare and all 3 in the 10th. Couple marks for Wichita State. They stay in the winner's bracket. Half 10. Doing what you need to do, keeping the ball in play. Giving yourself makeable spares. North Carolina A&T now up 3.5 to 2.5 against McKendree. Way down on 3 and 4. These are the only 2 matches going right now. Frame filled. The max of 202. Wichita State needs 1 mark and 2 frames. Ten pin for the Bulldogs. Decent count here, and a couple shots will be enough for the Shockers. Strike in the 9th. They're just going to need 3 pins here in the 10th frame to send Louisiana Tech to the elimination bracket. Which means we have action to go to on 3 and 4 after this next shot to officially wrap it up. The 2021 NCBCA Most Valuable Player is now tasked, just getting a couple pins here to send Wichita State to the next round. 190 the finish for Louisiana Tech. That's going to be plenty. And a strike to put an exclamation point on it. Down 3-2. Wichita State wins the last 2. They're going to go up 4-3, take the match. So, folks, we're heading down to the low end. North Carolina A&T and McKendree. McKendree on lane 3 to the left. North Carolina A&T lane 4 to the right. The Aggies of North Carolina A&T are up 3.5 to 2.5. So we talked about ties a little bit earlier. There is a situation where there was a tie in that matchup. To explain the halves and the standings at the moment. So this is frame 5 for McKendree. The washout was frame 7 for North Carolina A&T. Let's get you the recap after the 5th frame kicks underway here. For McKendree, get the strike. They have 4 out of 5 strikes. 3-bagger, 9-spare strike. North Carolina A&T started with 5 out of the first 6. They went double 9-spare, 3 in a row, but now the washout here in frame 7. So once again, with the half already in the books, North Carolina A&T can win or tie to advance. Almost gets that pin to kick out, but the first open gives them 154 in the 7th. Sixth frame, McKendree. Nearly leave a washout themselves, catch a break, just leaving the 1 and 2 up there. This is going to be 8th frame now for the Aggies. Matchup of past ITC champions. Big time shot. 8th frame still have a max of 244. With the spare here, McKendree, 259 out there, but they're 2 frames behind. Ten pin in the 9th frame for North Carolina A&T. McKendree stepping up in the 7th, working on a spare. The team lets you know what happened there. Spare, no problem. Max for North Carolina A&T is 224. $259 still out there for McKendree. Only match going on in the house right now. 8th frame. Can't get the 10 out. Drops the max down to 239 now. First shot of the 10th from North Carolina A&T. They deliver. 224 still out there. If North Carolina A&T can get the double here, let's see what McKendree does here first. 10 pin left to shoot. They make it. If North Carolina A&T gets this second strike and gets good count on the fill, McKendree will have to find a double. They cannot spare out to stay alive in this match. They will need to find a double somewhere. There it is, the double. That's what they needed. Now at least 6 pins on the fill to force McKendree to find a double. Whether it's 9th, first shot of the 10th, double in the 10th. Absolutely humongous double. Those are some good shots there. Those are in the pocket. Those are close, but do not get the corner pins to cooperate. Once again, need 6 here. 10 works even better. 224 Aggies in the books. Up 3.5 to 2.5. McKendree needs to make this spare. Then we'll need to go double 7 to extend this match one more. Spare first, double 7. Otherwise, McKendree is heading to the elimination bracket, and North Carolina A&T moves one step closer to CBS Sports Network. Spare taken care of. Now the double 7, anything less. A&T's. It's crazy quiet in here. It's on the low end of the house, lanes 3 and 4. Every other match complete. Hope Gramley, D2, D3 Player of the Year, gets the first one. McKendree still in it. One more strike, 7 pins to force one more game. The rarely seen game 8, potentially out here. But need one more strike. Must strike situation for McKendree. Light hit, North Carolina A&T is going to get the victory here. Big finish in the 10th. All 3 strikes. It's going to wrap up the second round of match play here at the ITC. So McKendree going to have a longer trek through the elimination bracket. North Carolina A&T 2-0 now.
And that concludes round 2 of competition for the Intercollegiate Team Championships Women's Division. Teams, if you are competing in round number 3, your practice session will begin at 12:45. If your team is not competing in round number 3 and will be competing in round number 4, your practice session is scheduled for 2:45. Once again, round 3.
All right, everybody. We are all wrapped up here for women's round 2 at the 2021 Intercollegiate Team Championships. We had some crazy matches, some game 7s once again. So this is what it's all about. This is the craziness that we get to experience here at the ITC. We told you it would be nothing less, and so far ITC has delivered through 2 rounds. So unfortunately, we did have to say goodbye to 4 teams. We're left with 12 overall. So let's see if we can run down some of these matches coming up. Heading forward. So taking a look at the bracket here. Delaware State, St. Ambrose, Lawrence Tech, and Lincoln Memorial have all been eliminated. So congratulations to them on a great season, advancing here to the ITC, but they will not be moving forward with us. In the winners bracket, on the left side, we're going to have Mount Mercy taking on North Carolina A&T. That's not going to be in this next round. That's going to be round number 4. So the teams that have gone 2-0 so far get to take this next round off. Will not be competing. We'll get a break and be able to rest up and prepare. They'll be back in round 4. So Mount Mercy, North Carolina A&T. On the other side of the bracket, we have Wichita State, who came back from a 3-2 deficit against Louisiana Tech, and they will be taking on Wisconsin Whitewater. Wisconsin Whitewater against Wichita State. That'll be coming up next. Let's see what we got in the elimination bracket. We had Stephen F. Austin winning. They're going to be taking on McHenry next. That's going to be in round 3. Newman with the victory. They're going to be taking on Mount St. Mary's. On the other side of the bracket in the elimination portion, Baker with a win will be taking on Monmouth. And then Maryville will be taking on Louisiana Tech. So those are going to be the matchups coming to us next here on Bowl TV. So we're going to have a break. We're going to re-oil once again. And then we're going to have a nice long stretch for rounds 3, 4, 5, and 6 all coming up next year. Those are going to start at 1 p.m. Eastern. So that's when we're going to be back here from Spectrum Entertainment Complex. But the good news is, the great news is that you can go visit Emil Williams Jr. and Mike Flanagan right now. They're partying over at Yorktown Lanes for the PWBA Greater Cleveland Open. So that is ongoing at the moment. They are in qualifying. I've heard that there's already been a 300 game there, so they got some high scores. So good times to be had. Checking out the action with Emil and Mike. So head over there. You got plenty of bowling action this Friday. It's Friday anyway. So, we're all taking it a little bit easy. We know it's fine. We're not going to tell your boss. But check that out. Then we'll be back at 1 p.m. Eastern. So about 80 minutes from now, we'll be back with round 3 with both the men and the women elimination bracket matches upcoming next. So with that, we're going to go ahead and sign off. So once again, a big thank you to the USBC and BPAA, their board of directors, the International Bowling Campus Youth Development Team for all their hard work this week, all the folks on site as well. Big shout out to them for the long hours, long days to make this great event happen. We got our gold industry partners in Rotogroup and Storm for their continued support. Kegel, our official lane maintenance provider. We got the host CVB, the West Michigan Sports Commission, our center, of course, Spectrum Entertainment Complex, the Eaton family for their continued great support of this event. Just a phenomenal facility out here. And, of course, to you, the Bowl TV community. We're very thankful to be able to bring these events to you and do it in a safe fashion. So we appreciate it. We hope you had a little fun along the way. And once again, go bother Emil. Give him a hard time. I'm going to do it as well. Hop in the chat there. And, got to give him a hard time since he's back. So we're looking forward to that. But, folks, we'll see you again, once again, 1 p.m. Eastern for this next round. So for the Bowl TV crew, Jason Thomas, I'm Aaron Smith. We'll see you soon right here on Bowl TV. And remember, folks, on Bowl TV, bowling lives here. Take care. We'll see you soon.